Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and the place to be, it's Debsy Blue Loop Golden Edition. Boop, Debsy, that's me, boop. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Debsy, and it's happy Friday because it's the weekend. So listen, I was so excited about making this video because, listen, you're so golden, Gary's so golden. That's right. Last night, I watched the first episode of The Golden Bachelor, and I'm going to tell you at the end what I thought of it. So listen, let's jump right into it because I got some stuff to say. So we started off with introducing the Bachelor, our first Golden Bachelor. He's Gary, he's from Indiana, and it's such a sad story. And he shared his story on the Men Tell All. However, they included it in the beginning. So he was married to Tony, his high school sweetheart, for 43 years. She retired in May of, I think it was 2017. Then in June of 2017, they bought their dream house by the lake. And in July, she got extremely sick. She ended up having a viral infection that spread to her liver and her kidneys. And they went to the hospital. And I believe she lived for, I don't know if it was a week or not. And then she had passed away. And it's been 6 years. Oh, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to just apologize right now. This video is going to be all over the place just because there were parts where I was so happy, but then there were parts that I was just like, this part where I was just so sad. But there's going to be parts where I'm going to be crying just because of the emotion. So this is where we started off with. I appreciated they didn't do like half an hour on all of this. I appreciated that. So listen, we're going to get into the women, but first of all, how fuck are these women? There's going to be cussing in this also. How the fuck are these women this age? Listen, every single one of these women was gorgeous. They're like 60 and up. And they look better at like their age than I ever looked in my entire life. I'm talking even in like my 20s, my teens, ever. So I saw them and I was like, what the hell? Like, who the shit? Like this woman Joan. Then Joan show up in this pink strapless with boobies, perky, blonde, looking like some Christy Brinkley stepped out of a limo. Who is this? What was Joan? Joan was like in her 60s. No, Joan was 60. And I was like, holy shit. So honestly, is it just hard work? Did they get work done? I don't know. But all these women were gorgeous, beautiful. Some of my standouts, the first one out of the limo and the very first woman to step out of the limo for the Golden Bachelor was Edith. Edith, gorgeous. Appropriately, she was wearing a gorgeous gold dress and very age appropriate, but just, I believe it was like a one shoulder. Beautiful, like the beautiful, long, naturally gray hair. 60. Beautiful. I never looked that good. I will never look that good. Then there was Ellen. Ellen came out and she said, she said something like, this is for you, Roberta. Roberta turns out to be her best friend who has cancer. And they both watch all of the Bachelor Nation shows. Bachelorette, Bachelor, probably Bachelor in Paradise. And her best friend, Roberta, had said, I think you should go on. And she says, I don't think I can do this. And Roberta said, you can do anything. So she's there to honor her friend. See what I mean? Okay. Next, there was Teresa. Teresa was 70. Teresa was saucy. Teresa was like, it's my birthday. And I thought, if I'm going to show up for my birthday, I'm going to show up in my birthday suit. She had on like this black, it looked like a dress, but I guess it was just like a short coat. And she went, I'm not going to do it, but went, ooh. And then they went to commercial, and I was like, uh-oh, is Nana going to get censored? Is this, please, don't pull a Janet. This is, keep them in real, keep them inside. Keep them inside. Learn how to hide your boobies. So they come back. As it turns out, she had on like a flesh-colored bathing suit, it looked like. She was saucy. She was, but then when she was 70 and saucy, but she went inside and later on, beautiful. Like her dress was maybe in my top 5 of favorite dresses. It was a beautiful head to toe sequins, gorgeous dress. Then there was April, listen, AKA Chicken Lady. The Chicken Lady, I'm gonna tell you, I was not a fan of hers. Is she gonna be good for TV? She's probably gonna be very good for TV. She's very animated. She looks like she might be bringing the drama. But here's the thing. She said she's 65. She hates, was she 65? She's 65. She said she hates saying her age because aging sucks. Yeah, but listen, the alternative is not aging and not being, because you're not here. So there we go. I was like, she brought him chickens. She brought him fresh eggs. She's like, I brought you eggs. And just to let you know, my eggs are fresh. Honey, at 65, your eggs aren't fresh. I'm just saying. I don't think they're fresh. So next was Patty. Now, Patty is Matt James's mom. She had said, if anyone knows, she said something like, if anyone knows that this could work, it's me. My son was Matt James. My son is Matt James. He was a bachelor. I'm going to give my opinions on this later when I go through the who got a rose. I'm gonna go through it then. There was Susan. Now Susan, to me, I felt that she was like an Italian Kris Jenner. She bears a strong resemblance to Kris Jenner, but she sounds very Italian. She's from Pennsylvania, somewhere in Pennsylvania. Somewhere in Pennsylvania. She had one of my absolute favorite dresses. Loved it. It had the sequins. It had the feathers on the bottom. Gorgeous dress. A beautiful dress. So what she said to Gary before she went in the house, she said, oh, by the way, Gary, see the shoes? I'm very comfortable with 6 inches. Listen, raunchy, a little saucy. I mean, I liked it because it was unexpected, but Gary might have been like, honey, when you say it, I'm 6 inches. I don't know. I mean, it was saucy. I don't know. I probably wouldn't have said it, but hey, it was saucy. I kind of liked it. There was also, listen, now I'm going to tell you my favorite out of this whole show. I knew she was not going to make it. She was probably just there as a gimmick. But Aunt Chippy gets out of the limo and she's cussing already. So she says something like, I saw you were going to be on, and I said to my nephew, I have to meet him. And Gary said, who's your nephew? And she said, Jimmy Kimmel. Listen, here's the reasons why I love Aunt Chippy. Aunt Chippy is me. If I was on that show, I would be Aunt Chippy. She shows up in a very nice sweater, very dressy sweater, pants, and some flats, and some sensible flats. And then commences to fall asleep on an outside couch and misses everything. Would that be me? Sure. Would I have a couple, maybe a couple champagnes? Sure. That was me. I had no thought that she would get picked up at the end. I was Aunt Chippy. I love Aunt Chippy. Also, there was Faith. Faith arrived on the motorcycle. That caught his attention. Sandra, listen, I loved Sandra too, because Sandra did some saucy Zen practices. She was like, we're going to do some Zen practices. And then she proceeded to start doing, and then cussed and then dropped F-bombs. I loved it. As y'all know, I love me some cussing. I try not to do it on here as much because I know some people don't like it. I'm very comfortable with it. I enjoyed her. I enjoyed Sandra. Leslie was 64. She's the woman that comes out with the gray wig, the walker, and the moo-moo. And he's like, do you need some help? And she's like, she throws it all away, takes off, and she's like, do I look like I need help? No, you don't, sister girlfriend. Leslie, she had a gorgeous black dress. It wasn't floor length, but it was feathers, sequins. She drops the fact that she dated Prince. And he wrote the song Sexy Dancer about her. I don't know that I've ever heard that song, but I'm going to have to go and listen to it. She dated Prince. And then we talked about Joan. Like, listen, there's no way, Joan. So we get into the cocktail party. First person to steal him away is Chicken Lady. It's April. So when you hear me say Chicken Lady, it's April. So she goes, and you know how sometimes the women like to give little presents. She gave a calendar. It didn't have like January, February, March, April, May, June. It just had all April. And she's like, here's me with chickens, and here's me dressed up as an Easter bunny, and here's me as a witch. She's like, where's the other month? She's like, it's all April. I mean, it was clever. I don't think I'm going to be a fan of hers. Next we had Faith. Now listen, Faith played the guitar and she sang a song. I'm thinking maybe there was a song she wrote. She sounded very good. He was just enamored of her. I could tell. And from then on, I said, listen, that right there, she's a front runner. She's getting the first rose. She's getting the first impression rose. I guarantee you she is getting first impression rose. So after that, a few of the other ladies had talked. He had talked to a few of the other ladies. Leslie then was talking to him, and they started playing that song, You My Little Pooh Thing, 'cause I don't understand a doontane. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? You My Little Pooh Thing. Do, 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 do. So they started dancing to that. Listen. And then everybody came in and started dancing. And it was just, so, I have written, it was just so wholesome. It really, really was, because all the ladies are getting along and there's none of that bitchiness. I really was enjoying that. The only thing, Gary was really working that white man's overbite. I mean, he was doing the whole thing. They were having fun. So after that, they come back. Teresa finally gets to talk to him. She's talking to him, and then he's like, excuse me, I'm just going to leave for a second. And I thought, wait, is he going to go get the first impression rose? But he came back with a cupcake and a little, I think it said 70 and it had a candle. So he said to her, now if I were to get some of this icing on my lips, would you clean it off? Help me get it off? And she was like, about near damn had a heart attack probably. I was like, well, yes, of course. Ding, ding, ding. Congratulations, Teresa, because you got the first makeout session of the Golden Bachelor. Congratulations. So, on to more important news. Not more important news, but on to other news. Listen, first impression rose. He comes in and gets it. And you know, as soon as he picked up that rose and went to walk out of the room, you know, everybody in that room was like, damn it. Goes out. Who got it? That's right. It was Faith. Faith got it. This lit a fire under everybody. And the reason why he gave it to Faith was not because of her entrance, not because of the song she sung, but because of the way he made her feel. And I didn't take it, like, to be honest with you, he's an older man, he's an older gentleman. I didn't take it as any, like, you know, I thought it was so sweet. But this does light a fire under all the other women. Listen, Chicken Lady was like, if this hen doesn't get a rose tonight, there's going to be some problems in the hen house or something like that. She's going to get feisty. I'm going to tell you, I think she might be some drama. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not completely opposed to drama, because on these kind of shows, you really do watch. I know I watch these kind of shows like The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise, the housewife shows. I watch them for drama. So you do want a little bit of drama. So while all of this is going on, listen, Chippy's sleeping. Chippy is lights out. So we get to the rose ceremony. Okay, here's the ones that are in. We have Ellen, Teresa, Joan, Natasha, Leslie, Christina, Edith, Nancy, Chicken Lady, April, Chicken Lady, Sandra, Kathy. Now, Kathy was really sweating it. And Kathy was the one in the beginning that was like, all these ladies have real creative entrances. You know what my creative entrance was? I walked in and I was like, uh-oh. Marina, Peggy, and Susan Jenner. I'm just going to call her Susan Jenner. Okay. Patty did not make it, and that's Matt James's mother. Listen, there are some people online that I saw that were like upset that she didn't make it, and maybe felt like that they used her as a way to pull people in to watch the show. I didn't watch it to see Matt James's mother. I watched it because I watched The Bachelor, and I thought it was an interesting idea and an interesting premise. I didn't watch it for her. To be honest with you, I don't even feel like they focused on her during any of the promos. The promos I saw was about all of the ladies, and they didn't really show that much. They didn't show her talking to him at all. Like, she probably did talk to him, but maybe it wasn't even that interesting. So obviously he just didn't have a connection with her. That's what I thought. Now, I really think this season is going to be a little tough on Gary, just because he was already crying. Like, when he let the women go and they were coming up to say goodbye, he was letting his emotions show, and he was crying. So I think it's going to be a tough season for him. I really wish, I don't remember the one woman, but the one woman who came in and did that cheer, and she was in a tracksuit. Listen, I would have loved to have been there and be in a tracksuit. She got cut. I think she should have, like, maybe changed out of the tracksuit. I mean, you're sitting around, everybody has like gorgeous outfits, and you're sitting around this tracksuit. I don't know. So at the end, Chippy, Jesse goes over to Chippy and it's like, wake up, Aunt Chippy, you gotta wake up. She's like, did I get a rose with the petals? And he's like, no, Chippy, you didn't. I don't think she cared. I think it was just a gimmick to have her on there. I love Chippy. Chippy for paradise. So, and listen, they showed next week, and they showed, how they show a preview of the whole season. I don't know if it was just how it was edited with that Journey song, Don't Stop Believin'. I am so excited for this. I think it looks so good. I mean, of course, there's the part where he says, I can't do this anymore. They always say that. Every one of them says, I can't do this anymore. And then they start crying. But I really did. I like I said, I don't know if it was the edit, how it was edited with that song. But by the end of it, I was crying. I don't know why I was crying after the preview of the season, but I loved it. I actually almost enjoyed it. I kind of enjoyed it more than the regular season. No, I don't want to say the regular season, but the traditional Bachelor, Bachelorette. Because these women are there for the right reason. They're not there to become Instagram famous. They're not there to increase their social following. They're not there to for fame. They're just there to find love. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed it a lot, and I would be interested to see the ratings. All the ladies are lovely, and he seems like a good guy and a sweet man. So I can't wait to watch the rest of this season. I don't know if it'll be as long as a regular season because there's not as many women, which I appreciate too. There doesn't have to be 50 women or 30 plus women. So that's what I think about it. If you watched it, please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched it, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, why you liked it, why you didn't like it, who was your favorite, who didn't you like? And with that being said, if nobody told you yet today, I love you. You're loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there, and take care of one another, no matter where you're at in the world. Listen, the world is goofy. People are goofy. Stay aware. Stay safe. And I will see you guys tomorrow for a recap of Bachelor in Paradise. I'm going to watch that tonight. So, okay, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend. Bye, guys.